Next up is a single arm component. So if you have uneven arms, I definitely recommend this to build symmetry. Unilateral work is super important. And you can use a really light weight, just focus on big squeezes, and it can get pretty nasty. So same principles apply, elbows are tight, squeezing the core, powering it up, bring it to the middle of that head, boom. Squeezing the tricep all the way through.
You can see the tricep working.
The next up, variation number 2 is actually seated, and the benefit of this is you're going to be able to lift a lot more weight because you're not going to be focusing on too much of your core and your glutes to stabilize you. You're going to be in a seated position. Obviously you would use a bench that goes up to about here, but we only got a chair, and then the exact same principles apply as the regular one, leaning back. Also, you will be keeping the core tight, elbows tight, and then just extend all the way up, okay? Give it a try. And last but not least, cable overhead tricep extension. So for the sake of this video, we'll keep it from the lower position. Now the hardest part, I find a lot of people struggle because they just jerk it up and they just start throwing it around, and over time you could throw out your shoulder if you don't do it properly. So keep your chest up, core tight, swing it around like you're kind of swinging a baseball bat, and then right into the overhead position. I find personally I like to lean forward slightly to stabilize my weight. You can do it like this, but the same principle applies for the regular tricep extension. Elbows tight, extend all the way up, and then down, okay? The good thing about this,
I can use about 120 to 140 pounds pretty comfortably. However, that's not going to be the case with dumbbells. Normally I use about 40 to 45. You want a weight you can control and a weight that's best for you. And definitely when you're starting out, start lighter. So you're going to start as usual. Kick back, throw it back, start by posturing that back. Now here, this is not the position you want to be in. This is a dead position. Like I said in tip number 2, there's no tension on my tricep right now. So I want to make sure we're maintaining tension on that tricep at all times. So I can achieve that by going backward ever so slightly 10 to 20 degrees, collapsing by feeling it in my tricep, nice and low. And the beauty with the dumbbells, you can go past the skull. And so for me, I have long arms, I get a good contraction to about here, explode up without locking those elbows. Boom, explode. Explode. Even better yet, if you want to throw in some changes, you can do some variations. Inward or outward. First variation, we got the assisted dip. This is my personal favorite because you can adjust it based on how fatigued those triceps are. We've all been there where we've crushed them real hard, so we need a little bit of help. This is a great machine for that. Moving into number 2, we got none other than the bench dip. There are a ton of variations you can do inside this exercise, so feel free to Google some things, play around, have fun with it. It's a really great kind of build-up exercise to get you kind of warmed up to do that full-on dip. So if you're a little bit heavier and you need some extra practice, this is how you do it. Number 3, this is for the pros only, is a weighted dip. I really wouldn't recommend doing these, so you can do about 15 really clean dips. Then you can consider adding weight. When things feel a little bit too easy, you can get some extra resistance on. Alright guys, the first variation for muscle gain for the tricep pushdown is simply using a rope attachment. This isn't a genius thing or anything crazy by that. I'm sure a lot of you have done it. However, when doing this, if you do it properly, you lessen that weight, you go all the way down and spread those ropes. You're going to make this a multi-movement exercise in a sense. Because as opposed to just pushing down, now you have to extend outward and bring in that outer tricep head here to kind of do some extra work, get some extra squeeze, and that can really help develop those triceps nicely. I recommend doing normal tricep pushdowns alongside rope pushdowns in your workouts. It'll help burn out those triceps.
So number 2, guys, this is going to be going on top of Josh's rope pushdown he just showed you. This is a nice little burnout. So usually what I'll do is I'll do proper reps down, get a full squeeze, nice contraction of the tricep. At the end, when I can't go any further, what I'll do is I'll keep my hands together and then just keep pushing just to really be targeting that tricep, get the most out of this exercise, and a massive burnout to get a huge pump.
Another great muscle building one is single arm. The beautiful thing here is you can do it with supinated or pronated, whatever you prefer, and it will kind of hit it in different ways. I like doing it supinated. A lot of of people find this awkward, but I find it kind of fun. So I'll go one arm, I'll strengthen myself, and I'll push down and get a really good contraction. And I'll kind of go inward if I'm feeling it, or sometimes I'll go straight. You can play around with this and hit it in new and unique ways. This will really help if you have imbalances. If one arm's stronger than the other, especially on your bench, doing isolateral movements will really help develop those arms individually and kind of equalize that strength on the left and the right sides, and that will transition all the way to your compound.
Our first variation, this is a great way to actually teach you how to do it properly, and the main thing we're focusing on is keeping our elbows nice and tucked while doing this push-up. So we're going to use a medicine ball so that way we can actually make sure that we're doing it properly, and I'm going to show you guys a couple reps on how to do them. You want to go down nice, hold the ball right on the side, and like I said, you want to make sure you're keeping your elbows nice and tucked. You don't want to be doing it flared like this, that's going to hurt your shoulder, and it's gonna work stability a ton. They actually are very tough to do. You see me shaking. But assuming you keep your elbows nice and tucked to your side, you're gonna be working all three heads of the tricep. One other cool thing about this is when you guys notice, if you're doing close grip push-up, just like this, myself, I tend to feel a lot of wrist pain, but the fact that you're holding the ball in like a neutral grip position makes it a lot easier on your wrist.
Alright guys, for the second variation, if you're having a lot of pain or you just find that you're not able to do the barbell effectively, sometimes the gym's just really busy and you don't want to be that guy waiting for another bench press. Go ahead, grab yourself some dumbbells, just like a normal dumbbell press, kick back, similar form concerns here. You're not pressing like this, you're going to be pressing here, keeping those elbows tight, you're going up. That's about that, down. I like to touch my chest because it keeps me consistent. This one you want to make sure you're going nice and deep on that eccentric, getting a big contraction with that mind-muscle connection, as Kyle previously stated. I really like these because it makes you work each arm independently. A lot of you guys find that one tricep is significantly stronger than the other. This will really help even out those arms, get you guys some juicy triceps. This is something I've been doing for a while. Try to do it. It's a great thing to start an arm workout with. We're working after a bench press. It's also going to help you with your bench form if you're having issues locking out. Getting stronger triceps is going to make a big difference because when you're tighter, you've got a big range of motion. As opposed to people that are benching like this.